Yeah, 11:30, we gon' pull up in a black beans taking out it. We gon' pop a couple.
Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Cleveland Browns. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Right back to him on first down. That's about as exciting of a one-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler, but again, just 1 yard out of it. The Browns sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On play action, here's Shadur. That's taken in by Bond. That's good for a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, set. 18 Cardinal.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's down the field. He's got a royal. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Seahawks.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Okay, ready? 18 Rattler. Cat. Panther 80. Warrior 70. Panther 11. Let's go.
Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Sanders. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And it's taken in at the 9. A very good return there, giving it even 20 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 56 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
Ready.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. They go play action now. Sanders. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. And they've played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 19 tight, 19 tight.
To throw now, here's Sanders. That is caught. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. Pass caught right side, Fannin. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Sanders once more. Well, he was good as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? You can have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
Come on, go!
Open man is Tipton. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 3rd and 9. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Elijah Arroyo, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still second quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Sanders. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Seven Pirates, let's go now.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready? 19 tight. Press all 80.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That's taken in by Arroyo. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
70, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
He'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Ready, break. 79
22 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Back to throw. Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2.
18, tight end. Ready.
Back to throw again. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, good move. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. To throw is Sanders. He's going to air one out. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Nicky Manwari. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control. Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I... And he will score! Touchdown, Seattle! Ken Walker, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
That's another Browns.
Let's go now.
1st down.
Throwing, Sanders. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Leonard Williams. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, it's Shador. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at the 36-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
19. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
The 20, 5, and touchdown Sam. Their mobile quarterback with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Seahawks open the lead up to 34-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 2. And this time they'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. Risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 116 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
18.
He'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. 20, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
The Browns will line up for the 2-point.
They'll try to run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge challenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A solid stiff arm. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now he's into the clear again. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 64 yards. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. An extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
191 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Go!
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Play action. It's Sanders. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
First play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. I think the Browns got it. They did.
I'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. On the ground, it's Jenkins to start the drive. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Let's go now.
They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And he's able to get this out just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
First down.
Come 19. Come 19.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Sanders. That's to his running back, Quinshawn Judkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 76 yards. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. I'm sure the messages that come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a free score. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
That's good for a Browns first down.
Go!
Here's Sanders. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. To throw now, here's Sanders. And this one incomplete. So they wait for the 2, they don't get it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He spins free. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Come on, come on.
Sticking with Walker on second down. There he goes again. He may go. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, 69 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
Sanders to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. Finishing strong with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's caught. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Come back in, come back in.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of running play. Short little passes may work.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Browns come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contact.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop.
What's happening? What's happening? Hey, it's your boy Lil Jon. The Pick Your Me Click. What's up, Phony? What's happening? What's up, Sean Paul? What's happening? Hey, now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Please out.
Yo, man.